Hello, beauties and gents. I'm back with another video, and please tell me this time if this is sideways because last time nobody told me. So make sure I'm looking straight at you and everything's looking good. But if you don't know me, then I am Deetra D. Carter, and this is my Let's Talk Dating with Deetra vlog. Hey, everybody coming in. I'm going to take my time or whatever and get this started, but I wanted to tell everybody why I do this because I've been forgetting to tell you guys. So the reason why I started this vlog is because I became single several years ago now. It's been, I don't know, like maybe at least 7 years or what, after the divorce. That's my definition of single, is you are not married, then you are single. So I was divorced several years ago, and I started this because I wanted to share some of my experiences because I was so lost. Thank you so much for all of the love. I'm seeing everybody come in. I appreciate it. But I was so lost. And I would go to my friends and I always had what you think about this? And why do people do this? And I don't know about this. And I think it even with some of my friends that had been single for a while, they were like, oh my goodness, this girl, she just don't know. So I didn't know. And now I want to share with people that maybe you're a person that you keep things to yourself and you don't really share how you're really feeling, but a lot of people have those thoughts, like all kinds of questions and stuff that go through your mind. So I said, let me go ahead and share some things that I've been through. So for those who don't really know me, my background or anything, I am an author. So here's my book. I know, oops, journal fell, but here's my book. I am technically a certified life coach. And then I also, most importantly, I'm a teacher. So I'm not claiming that. Thank you. I just saw a comment. Thank you, Dr. Tyus. He said awesome author. And he's an author too. So check out his book. Drop that link. So he's an author too. But and the name of that book, because I want to say that. I want to shout it out. But anyways. So I'm an author, I'm a life coach, and I am a teacher, and that's the most important thing. I do not claim to be this relationship expert. That is not what this is necessarily. I just learned from my experiences. So if you are interested in learning about, some of my experiences, then I encourage you to subscribe to the blog. But let's get into it, because that was a little too long. This is the what you think question. This is, are my deal breakers holding me back from love? And I'm looking down because I created a list and I can't wait to get into it because this was a list that was created from your comments. So I appreciate everybody that comments on my post because I do definitely use this to come up with something that I think that you guys will enjoy because this is for you. So let's get into it. What I did was I divided it into petty deal breakers versus real deal breakers. And if you're just getting on, are my deal breakers holding me back from love? That's what we're talking about. And I definitely want to see your comments. I definitely want to see your questions of what you think about this. So I'm going to go down first. I'm going to go down the list of petty deal breakers because when you are single, right, you got all kinds of stuff of like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. And then after a while, your friends start saying, that's probably why you're single. So if you've ever heard that, let me get a heart and some love because I know I have, where people have said that is probably why you are single because you have all these things like, oh no, I can't even do it. I can't. So here we go. First one, this is what other people said, and mine are kind of mixed in there. So I'll kind of tell you what mine are too. But number one, I got ugly hands and feet and nasty nails. So that did not make my top 5. That didn't make my top 5, but I know I would be like instantly turned off if I saw some like ugly hands and feet, nasty nails and all that. Number 2, I got here gold feet. Not gold feet. Gold teeth jacked up teeth, nasty teeth. People said a lot about teeth, so I feel like really blessed right now because I love my teeth, but people really said this was a big deal breaker. A petty deal breaker. Gold teeth, jacked up teeth, nasty teeth, missing a tooth. Now, some of this stuff, I told you guys, I have divided this into petty deal breakers and real deal breakers. Now, if you're missing a tooth, like right there, I can't. Like, it's just, no. But you need to just get it fixed because you can get that fixed. That's something that's why it's considered petty, because you can get it fixed. Shorter than me. Some people put that in there, and I think that is kind of tough for me. I love like 6 foot tall, and taller. I just love that, but that's petty. That's not like a real deal breaker. Stinking breath, a smoker. Yeah, for me, people put that down under petty deal breakers, but for me, like that's really, really hard. And I'm so grateful that I haven't dated anybody that was a smoker, so yay. Round belly, that was what I put. Nobody else put anything about that, but I know, like, as we're getting older, because this is kind of for people that are like 30 and up, right? If you're younger and you're liking this, then thank you, I appreciate you. But it was like I became single after 30, so I kind of spent my 20s married. And then after, when I got into my 30s, that's when I became single. So that's why it's for people in that age range. But when guys start getting older, then they develop like that round belly, it starts going over their pants. So guys that are in shape, shout out to you guys, because I know you guys are working hard for it, because there are a lot of guys that let themselves go. So I appreciate y'all, because you are keeping yourself up, and you're not saying that it's not like, okay, she got to look good, but I'm not hitting the gym. So shout out to the dudes that's hitting the gym, okay? Shout out to y'all. Love y'all. All right. What else? Nasty house. That is, to me, that feels like a real deal breaker, because I'm looking more for a lifetime partner in purpose, okay? A lifetime partner in purpose. So can you live with somebody that has a nasty house? They put that under petty, but I probably would have moved it down to like a real deal breaker. Closed-minded is what somebody said. I really don't have a lot of comments on that one, because I think they were coming from probably a deeper place. They might be a free thinker or whatever. So they didn't want to deal with somebody closed-minded. A night owl, not a morning person. I feel like that was a good petty deal breaker, because that is super petty. But I guess this person is like, I want you to be up when I wake up. So, the people that wake up like, good morning. So if you don't like that, then I guess that would be kind of annoying to be with somebody like that. They put down funky, poor hygiene. Somebody put down too much hair everywhere. So I think that's like, I know when I was growing up, that was not a thing. But now it's like you got to shave everywhere, or there's an issue. So, but that was something a couple of people said. Untamed facial hair. And I added long hair. I know I dated one guy. I went on one date with this guy, and he was great. Like, he took me to a restaurant I wanted to go to. It was a nice restaurant. His car is nice, very clean, like very handsome. And his hair was like really long, and long for me, but his hair was like so beautiful. And it was just too much for me. I'm like, I can't handle the long hair. It was like cold black. It was beautiful. And that was like super petty. But that's what I was on at that time. What else? Too sensitive. So yeah, that to me could be like a real deal breaker. People that are too sensitive. Materialistic. That may not be your style. The person that has to have all of these, the newest everything coming out. More than one baby mama. That was hilarious. I feel like that's real, because you have to deal with that. Like, you really have to deal with if they have more than one baby mama, that's what they put. I'm reading literally what people wrote. So if they have more than one mother of their children, then you literally have to deal with all those people to an extent, right? So all those people are going to be in your world in some shape or form. So you got to think about that. Is that a deal breaker for you? No fashion sense. That's one for me personally, because I like to look good. Those of you that kind of follow me know, like, I like to take pictures and stuff like that. Selfies. You're going to be in my selfies. I need you to have some swag. I'm chilling right now, but I need you to have some swag. What else? Obsessed with their mom. I had a guy like this too. It wasn't just his mom. It was like his family, period, where it was like, where do I fit in? I know I'm the new girl and I'm not going to be that important right out the gate, but come on here, that's not sexy. With the fellas, I mean, it's cool that you respect your mom. We love that. But when you're like obsessed with your mom, that's kind of weird at the beginning, especially. What else? Fake eyes, fake hair. Somebody put a mullet. I just lumped in everything about hair all together. That one, that's definitely not me. I think that was a guy that put the fake eyes, fake hair. I feel like you got to do whatever you got to do to look good, right? That's how I feel. Like, you got to do what you got to do. Okay. So if it's fake, then you better work it, A weird voice. I did have somebody, this one was funny because I did have somebody that they talked like one of my friends, her son, like that's how their voice was. And I just couldn't, like, I was like, this is weird. I feel like I'm talking to nephew or whatever. What else? Boring, not funny. That is one that I don't know if it's like a real deal breaker, but that's one for me too. Somebody put down sounding like you're eating cereal or soup while eating everything. And I'm going to skip down to the real deal breakers. Let me see. And if there's something that I haven't said, then definitely, after you watch this video, then definitely put it in the comments, because I just find it really interesting. So some real deal breakers, because I had like a list of 25, but that was like super long. But a liar and a cheater, if they are broke, if they have no car, no education, inconsistency, bad attitude, insecure, they don't trust anybody, confrontational, judgmental, lack of maturity. There were so many things. Demotivated, no prayer life. This is what people said when they said this is what their new boo they have to have. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on my YouTube channel, I'm going to post the entire list because I'm not going to go through the whole list. I want to get to what is the life lesson. The life lesson with all of this is deal breakers. They can help you define what you want versus what you need. So I do not feel, to answer the question, I do not feel like deal breakers are holding you back from love. They are not holding you back from love. I know single people hear this all the time. Please let me know if you agree or disagree with this, because I'm open to the conversation. But I do not believe that they are holding you back from love, because your deal breakers, those are your standards, okay? You have to have standards out here. You have to have something that you're standing for, or you'll fall for anything. And then you'll just be in like an endless circle, just a circle of just difficult situations, right? So again, the life lesson is deal breakers, they help define what you want versus what you need. So I noticed that when I would date people, I still had a very, I had that marriage mindset. So I was like, okay, it's got to be this one person. It's got to be this one person at a time, right? So this was this person that I'm focused on, and I really struggled with, is this person what I want? Is this person what I need? Maybe I should be more open. Maybe that's why I've been single so long, because I'm not open. But you got to think like this is a person that you are going to spend if you're over 30 and you're really looking for a real partner, you are going to spend a lot of time with. You're spending your life with. You're joining with this person. So is this what you want, right? Because you don't want to be miserable, right? And then is this what you need? Because if your needs are not met, then you're not going to be committed to this relationship. So again, your deal breakers are not holding you back from anything. So despite what popular belief is you're too picky and all of that, you need to be picky with somebody that you are spending the rest of your life with, right? So how do you know the difference? Because that is the biggest thing that I really struggled with. Like, okay, is this petty? Is this real? Like, how do I figure this out? I don't really know. So the first thing I suggest that you guys do, along with myself, is really get to know yourself and accept yourself completely for who you are. And I know a lot of times as we get older, we feel like, no, I do love me. But let me tell you something. If you can't look yourself in the mirror and you can't say, I love you, and say your name, and I would say nobody can see you right now, so do it now. If that feels uncomfortable for you, because I know when I did it for the first time, it did feel kind of weird. Like, I don't know about this. If you can't say, I love you, Deetra, and smile and feel comfortable, there might be parts of why does that feel uncomfortable to you? What is up with that? Do you really love and accept yourself? Everything about you. For example, I like to be completely vulnerable with you guys. So for the stretch marks, I'm like, ew, like I hated those. But then as I began to really love and accept myself, I'm like, you know what? One of my friends like, you had a baby. That's a part of my experience here. That's what I've been through in my life. I've had 3 children. So yeah, my body's been stretched. Yeah, I have a scar from my body being stretched. I fell down a stair. I've got a scar right here on my forehead. And I remember as a kid being like embarrassed about that. Yeah, I've got a scar on my forehead, So there's just different things that you may not notice that you haven't fully accepted about yourself. So start paying attention to that. Do you fully accept yourself? And then become the person you want to be in a relationship in the future. So what I mean by that, I mentioned earlier, like I really don't like the round belly on the guys or whatever. And I said, shout out to all the guys that's working out, keeping themselves together. So shout out to all of them again. So if you watch the replay, give me some love with that because I appreciate you guys. And this is why. It's because I admire you, that you're working hard on your body and that you're making sure that you're healthy. So that's why that's the kind of person I am becoming, is always working on myself, because that is the person that I want to be with, is the person that is working out in the gym and they're making sure that they're healthy. They're making sure that they're together. So if you're on Team Fit and you watching the replay, definitely like this. Definitely give me a heart for that, because I definitely love that community with people that are really trying to be better and trying to be the person they want to be like. If you, like for me, I'm highly educated. So that's really important to me. So it's not really necessarily a deal breaker, but it is something that I do admire and I appreciate. So I am the person that I want to be with. So I am a person that works on my body. I'm a person that works on my business. I'm a person that works on my education. I'm a person that works on how I look. I do the things that I want done. And a lot of females, and males alike, so let's not do that. But a lot of females and males alike, they're saying that they want something, but they're not that. And that's not fair. So if you're not going to hit the gym, then you can't say, okay, well, this person's got to have a body like this. Like, that's not fair. You might end up getting that because I'm definitely not a hater, but that's just not fair, And if you're not a person that's like highly educated, then why that person got to have a degree? Or if you don't get paid much, then why does that person have to do that? Get your money up, right? So become the person you want to be in a relationship with in the future. Develop the wisdom to choose what you need versus what you want. So some of this stuff, like I was some of the stuff that I talked about earlier, some of the stuff is what you just want and you don't need it, right? So you've got to figure out what it is that you absolutely need. What is it that you need to be in a relationship with a person? You need that sense of excitement, right? You need that sense of like that love, like that person that is open to love you. Those are things that are really important when it comes to a relationship, because you need that. So that being said, all of that being said, if you do have any questions about any of the things that I said, or you're like, well, could you say a little more about this or say a little more about that? Feel free to send me a message if you don't feel comfortable posting it on the live or commenting, or feel free to comment right now if you're watching. Any questions? But I did have one question that I promised somebody that I would answer. Their question is, and I'm just going to read what they wrote. They said, I watched your blog and it was a great topic of discussion. This was one of my previous ones. Their question was, should there be an age limit on dating? And then he goes on to say, looks only matter to a point of attraction, and chemistry and compatibility should do the rest. So this is what I think about that. As far as an age limit on dating, I feel like that is very, what's the right word for this? I don't know. I would say closed-minded. You don't necessarily, I wouldn't want to say like, okay, it has to be, and guys, please chime in on this one. And I'm sure this person may read the comments or something on this. But if you feel like it needs to be 10 years, or if it needs to be 15 years is too much. But for the last time I did this topic, and if you missed this topic, you can go back and subscribe to my channel and you can see all of my topics that I've done so far. And it's that this one, I kind of touched on it, where it says, do looks matter after 30? So kind of touched on it, but I didn't answer it directly. So I feel like it's really about maturity, and it's about what you need versus what you want. So I feel like a lot of at least this is just my opinion, obviously, but I feel like men, they will definitely go down with the ages, because they like how younger women look in some cases. So they'll go, and it might be 10, 15 year gap, 20 year gap. But my issue with that is that when a person has lived longer than you, they have more experiences than you. They may not be more mature than you, but I feel like a lot of times they perceive themselves to be. So it creates a dynamic in the relationship that I personally don't like, but some people can do it. So that's what I said earlier with getting to know yourself and accepting yourself. You really have to know you in order for you to figure out if there should be an age limit. For me, I do kind of have like a loose limit. I have tried dating down and up. And what I have found is that my age works best for me. So I'm in my getting into my later 30s. So that age range works best for me, because when they're a little older than that, I feel like they're more stuck in their ways. Like, this is how it is. I've dated guys that were older because I thought that that's going to work. This is how it is. And you either take it or leave it, girl. And I said, okay, I'm going to leave that. If you feel like this is just how it is. Dated the younger guys, and they were trying to get so many things together, and I really didn't have the patience for that. So my sweet spot is right around my own age, is what I found. However, if you're in a different place in your life, you kind of have to evaluate what your sweet spot is, and you need to create your own limit. So no, there's not like a magic number that I can't say, well, 10 years is too much, or 5 years is just right, or 15 years is way too much. I can't say that, because there's evidence that have people that have been in long-term relationships with people with all kinds of gaps. But I know for me, that doesn't work for me, right? So this is all about getting to know yourself, accepting yourself. That's what this journey is really about. And I don't see any comments. I did want to give some time, and I'm going to try to go back and acknowledge, because everybody that there were people like saying hey and things like that. So now that I'm through with all of that, thank you for the love earlier on, and please like and share. I'm just kind of, somebody said you're pretty. Thank you. I appreciate that. But any comments that you guys have on this topic, the petty deal breakers versus the real deal breakers, anything that you feel like I left out, then definitely let me know. Or if you have any questions on how do you figure that out, like how do you figure out what's real for you, what somebody really has to have in order to be a part of your life, then definitely let me know. But in the meantime, I want you to keep looking good. I want you to keep feeling good. I want you to keep being good, because there's more in you. There is absolutely more in you. And if you don't feel good, then remember that you still have, again, more in you. So you can get there. You can get to the point to where you're feeling good and you're looking good and you're being good. Like, you're just great. And that's when you're in a place for a relationship. When you are in that place where you feel fully confident in who you are. So if you look at this video and you're feeling fully confident in who you are, then give me some love, so I know there's some people out there with me. Or you might want to just encourage somebody else and share this video with them. If you've got that friend like I was, and I was calling and I was trying to figure it out, then here's a video for them. So share this video with them, and please let me know if you have any topic suggestions, because I definitely want this to be about you and not just me just making up whatever I feel like I want to talk about. I chose this topic because it seemed like it was something that people were interested in. So thank you for watching, and until next time, there's more in you. And if you are interested in the book, then I will include a link, and I will definitely, if you give you this book for $10 if you just DM me. It's not on Amazon for that amount, but I'll definitely do that for you. So thank you, Jeff. Some confirmation on some things I talked about not long ago. So it's always good to get that confirmation and to not feel like, you know what, I don't have to settle. I do not have to settle. And just because I've been single for a little while, that is completely okay. Because love happens at different times for different people. And we're going to celebrate the people that's in love. And then those are the people that are single. We're going to celebrate ourselves, because there is nothing wrong with being single. But again, until next time, there's more in you. Goodbye, loves.